My name is Chia Mosley, and I had a surprise and natural conception at the age of 46, carried my baby to term and delivered her at the age of 47. Yes, it was my first baby. And women often have a lot of questions about my lifestyle, diet, supplements, and all the things. But specifically, I'm answering two questions. Was my period regular, and did I have symptoms of perimenopause? So I'm going to answer these questions, but I'm also going to share with you some supplements that I was taking just for general lifestyle and well-being, prior to pregnancy, that maybe gave me a leg up on some of this, because I don't want you guys to get discouraged by my answers. I want to give you solutions as well. So the first thing is my period was regular. Now, was she different? Yeah, my period was not as long, was not as vibrant, as when I was in my teens, 20s, or even 30s, but she was on time. But the more important thing was, in addition to having a regular period, I was ovulating, and that's what we need to really care about. I just want to kind of plug that, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. Regarding perimenopause, to my knowledge, I was not in perimenopause. I didn't have any symptoms that would make me think that I was. Okay, so even if you don't have a regular period, even if you're in perimenopause, well, maybe there's some things that can be done. So I will share with you supplements that I had as part of my daily routine. Again, this is not fertility advice. I was never trying to get pregnant. I just took supplements for my well-being. And now I know some of these could actually contribute to improve fertility. So maybe that's why I was fertile, right? One supplement that I have been taking for years with regularity is actually magnesium. Now, I've always taken it for sleep and also muscle relaxation, okay? Magnesium supports the nervous system. Now, what I didn't know at the time that I know now is that it also plays a role in supporting hormonal balance, particularly cortisol, progesterone, and estrogen. Go figure. So helping you get a good night's sleep, keeping the cortisol in check, helping support estrogen and progesterone. Voila. Who knew? Supplement number 2 that I kept in my system was vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is also known to support hormone regulation. I was taking it because, again, I was in and out the hospital with my dad. We're still in a time of COVID. I'm trying to keep my immune system up, so I'm going hardcore on vitamin D, and not knowing the role that it plays in, regulating female fertility hormones and things like that. So, dietarily, I was, prior to my pregnancy, really doing a lot of smoothies in the morning. I didn't have the biggest appetite, and so I would do protein shakes, and I would toss some MCT oil in there. MCT oil, good fats. Your hormones need good fats. So again, who knew? I was taking it because, again, MCT oil has good antiviral, antimicrobial properties. I'm in and out the hospital function. So I'm dumping this into our smoothies in the morning. You need good fats. Dietarily, also good fats. I love nuts. I love avocados. I love eating coconut oil. I love drinking coconut milk. All of these, and cooking in olive oil. So all of these support your hormonal function. Again, just part of my daily life. This is not any kind of fertility recommendation. This is just things that I may have been getting right that were priming my body for fertility. I'm gonna also mention one thing that's not a supplement. It's not something that I was using prior to my pregnancy, but I want to tell you about it because a lot of you don't even know if you're ovulating. Maybe your periods have become irregular, and that's why you're asking me about mine. Actually, I partnered with this brand. They're not asking me to do this. I have been using this for about 6 months now. This is a fertility monitor. The brand is called Mira Fertility, and they created this with women over 35 in mind, which is why they reached out to me. And you have to know if you're ovulating. Even if you have a regular period, is that egg coming out? So this helps you track 4 hormones. It's going to track your LH, your luteinizing hormone, your E3G, which is estrogen, PDG, which is progesterone, and your FSH, your follicle stimulating hormone, which will tell you if you're headed into perimenopause or not. Where are you in your menopause transition stage? And I have actually loved, tracking my own hormones in this and kind of seeing what's happening with my body. Come to find out, y'all, I could still get pregnant. I can still get pregnant. My hormones are operating all in sync, like everything. The LH is spiking when it's supposed to. The E3G, the estrogen levels are rising as they should. My PDG is rising, like my progesterone is rising as it should to support that possible pregnancy. I know all these things, and I am not even trying to have a baby, but I realize, like, just by, you know, being in my DMs and listening to ladies, you guys don't really know what's happening with your bodies. And so I felt it important to mention this to you guys. It's urine test. You know, you take a little urine test in the morning time when you first wake up. You pee in a little cup. The wands are really sophisticated. They're digital, right? So it's going to take your urine. This device puts some fluorescent technology into it, reads what's happening with your hormone, and then a few minutes later, you have the information on your phone. And you do this, you know, several days a month, and it tells you the testing pattern, when to test, when not to test. But after a few months, you get a really, really clear picture of what your body is doing. And so unless you're willing to, like, leave your conception up to chance, or, you know, if it's God's will, it's God's will. Okay, then fine. You know, don't employ anything like this. But a lot of you are anxious about having your babies. And so you can supplement your ways through things. You can try various things. I just think nothing beats knowledge, right? And knowing things for sure. So anyway, I really hope that this was helpful. I did try my best to keep this brief. You know, I will link everything that I mentioned here in case you want to incorporate these things into your lifestyle. Because honestly, ladies, let's face it, it's not like fertility health. We're talking like overall health. We're just talking about general well-being. And if you're generally healthy, then your fertility will be improved. You know, and I think that that was the case with me. So I really hope this helps. I sincerely love being a mom so much. I really want you guys to have your babies. I hate that you're being discouraged and told that it's not possible. That's a total and complete lie and untruth by mean, incompetent doctors who are looking at life through a very narrow lens. Maybe they're incentivized because they want to sell you IVF. Like, I don't know what the motives are for all the discouragement that women are receiving. But if there's one thing I know for sure through my own story and through testimonies from all of my followers, you can have a baby after 40. You got them eggs. If you're still ovulating, regular period, irregular period is possible. I am rooting for you. If you just want more support, you want more access to me, you want a cheerleader in your corner, I have linked as well my private pregnancy over 40 community, where I just provide abundance of resources. Like, ladies really appreciate, like, they are learning so much by the content that I've put in there. Things that they don't even bother to teach you in school, but they should. I really am doing my best to help you guys. So if you want to join my community, I've linked that there as well. I am your Oprah of fertility after 40. I want a baby for you. I want a baby for you. I want a baby for you. I want babies for all of you who want them babies, because it is absolutely beautiful and absolutely worth it.